Straighten up. You have priority. Yeah? But carry on. How did the table turn? Straighten up. Straighten. Straighten. Carry on. Almost killed her. No, not really. So, watch your position. So there, you've just panicked a bit too much. Because
a clip sent over by one of my driving instructor pals where the biggest takeaway from it for me was that you have to have your head on a swivel at junctions and make sure that you're being safe if you believe that another vehicle is going to be letting you out. Before we get into liability fully, if you enjoy my liability reviews, do make sure to hit the follow button. So Darren's learner is on her second lesson on left turns and is towards the end of her lesson where they're going to be taking the left up ahead. She sees the car coming in the opposite direction and gets a little confused as to who has priority, so Darren explains to his learner that she does. Before they get to the left turn, she sees the kids on the right move out into the road, so his learner applies the brakes herself, which is the right thing to do. The black BMW appears to be focusing on the car that is turning right and doesn't make sure that it's clear to go, exits the junction and sees the kids crossing at the last second, narrowly avoiding impact with the kids crossing the road. Darren's learner then turns left but puts a bit too much steering on as she was trying to make sure that she didn't come close to the cars that were on the opposite side of the road. She just misjudged her steering a little bit, which is then when Darren had to stop in with the brakes himself as she heads towards the curb. Later down the same road they pulled over to the side and had a discussion and made sure that they went over the learning points from what had just happened. For me, my main interest in this clip was the BMW at the start, which turns right without any care or attention, most likely because they believed they were being let out by the car turning right and were focusing on that rather than what was actually happening on the road itself. It's so important to make sure that you're giving way to anything that's happening on the major road when you're exiting a minor road, and that includes kids that are crossing the road. You have to give way to them. Thankfully, just a near miss in this situation and nothing more impactful. It goes without saying, had the BMW collided with the kids that were crossing the road, the driver of the BMW would have been responsible. Lovely jubbly, sound as a pound.